Jason Lee Podcast.
Welcome back to our new episode of the Jason Lee Podcast. Baby, I know that I've been giving you the elevated Jason, and yes, he is still here deep inside me, but I am packing him away for at least one of the subjects today because there's just no other way to talk about the topic because the Guals are fighting. They are. The Guals. They are fighting. And I'm going to ask you right now, am I the drama? Because I just feel compelled to live up to my friend's album. First of all, shout out to Cardi B. I'm just going to give you a...
10.
What's that song? 10, 10, 10?
10 across the board.
Shout out to Beyonce. All right, well, listen, there's a lot going on. I'm going to save you all the niceties. Let's just get straight to the No, we're not going to do that. No, because I got to do it. I got to tell the story. Okay, so before we even get into all the things, I have to tell you, I did something so super wild and messy the other day. I mean, I reverted back to the old Jason in the airport.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, so I decided out of the blue to just randomly fly to Vegas for less than 24 hours because I wanted to go meet a friend for dinner, and then I wanted to go gamble, and I wanted to go see Ashley Simpson. First of all, shout out to Ashley Simpson. The girl got hits.
Don't play with Ashley.
Are you an Ashley Simpson fan?
No, but I mean, I am. I don't know all her songs like that, but like she is that girl.
You're not like a fanatic
like
you
I'm
are
not a
for
fanatic.
other artists. Okay, I get it. Well, listen, I will tell you I'm a new Ashley Simpson fan. I'm a friend, but, you know, Evan Ross is my brother. That's his wife. She's been a friend for some time. I went to go see her show. The girl got hit. She got fans who have been waiting forever for her to come back to the stage as she's performing now in Vegas. Had a great time, and so shout out to Evan for that. But it was on the way home that I realized that I am still deep down inside underneath the vice mayor, still a mess.
Oh, Lord.
I'm walking through the airport, and Rob, you know we're single, so like we're out here looking. We're always open for love. We never know where we're gonna find anybody, and it's almost like the lottery. You know, you're never gonna win the lottery at the grocery store in your neighborhood. You're gonna win it when you're on that random road trip to New Mexico, a place you never wanted to go to, and you just happen to pop in for a Slim Jim, and you bought you a ticket, and then you won $20 million. Okay, so I'm taking my shots anywhere I go. I'm in the airport. Okay. First of all, I'm in the airport, and I don't know, Chris Brown had his concert there. Shout out to Chris Brown, who's selling out stadiums everywhere. There were so many of us in the airport that everybody recognized me, and it was like I didn't bring a brush, so I didn't really comb my hair. I was just like, I threw on a tracksuit. I was just trying to hurry up and get on the plane. So I'm walking through the airport, and I notice everywhere I turn, there's football players. Like, what football player here? Football player? All these football players, and they all have on the same uniform, like in terms of like the tracksuit or whatever. So I'm walking through, and look, I'm a sucker for an athlete. Everybody in there was fine. All the football players were fine. But I was like, you know, I'm not gonna pop my shit at nobody because somebody in here recognized me, and people are watching. People are coming up and taking pictures. This lady literally ran me down, and I'm like trying to walk really fast because I'm about to miss my flight. She's like, I will walk with you to your gate. So she's walking with me to my gate, telling me how her sister took a picture with me at another airport and how she didn't have any juice on her phone, so she wanted me to take it on my phone and text it to her. Lady, no, I'm not doing all that. But I did entertain the conversation all the way from the beginning of the Sea Gates all the way to the end of the Sea Gates. Okay. So I get there and realize I have to go to the B gate. So I got to walk all the way back. So now I'm looking at all these fine-ass athletes on the way to my gate. Then I'm like, got to walk all the way back. So I see all these other fine football players on the way. There's one standing in line at a restaurant. And he has his headphones on and his hoodie. And I see him look over and he sees me. We lock eyes. For real. And this is not me being you, how you tell stories.
Lord.
Oh, don't do Rob.
Rob does Rob. I'm just saying. Okay. So we lock eyes. He does a double take. I do a double take. And I'm like, I am not going to walk up and have a conversation with this person. I'm late for my gate. Plus everybody's watching. And I ain't going to lie. I kind of punked out. But I look at him and I look down at his track suit to see, oh, he's one of the football players. And I looked at the logo. I'm not going to tell you the logo. As I'm walking to my gate, I Google the logo and school, football, and it brings up the school. I find the school. I click on the link. I go and I find the roster for the football team. I go through the roster. I find the player who was just looking at me in line. I then take the name of the player. I go to I Google the name of the player in Instagram, and guess what I find? His Instagram. And as I'm still walking to my gates, this is literally research in real time, happening in seconds. Before I get to my gate, I slide in his DMs and I say, I know that was you that I saw, and I saw you notice me. And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe you found me this fast with all the laughing emojis. And I'm like, absolutely, I had to track you down. Like, because I have to tell you, I'm going to show you what it looks like. This motherfucker's so fine. I'm not even going to put him in my show because I'm going to respect his anonymity. Mm-hmm. Plus, Rob would try to go find his Instagram and slide because he's so messy.
That's what you do, by the way.
The girls are fighting today.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Ooh, he looks tall.
Well, he's not your type. You don't like black guys.
That's not true.
Only dirty OnlyFans creators.
Oh my God.
Is he not gorgeous?
He is. He's cute.
He's a good looking guy.
Like 6
and he
foot,
looks like a
6
humble cute.
6'5".
Ooh.
Oh, fashion. He's literally something I would marry.
Yeah.
So are y'all
That's
talking?
you all the way.
He's straight. And this is the thing. Look, I still slid in he was like, I just want to clear up the thing. Yeah, after we talked for a while, we talked for a little while. He was like, I just have to and he knew I was, but he's like, I have to just clear it up. I'm straight. But whatever. He was like amused at me finding him or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, it's still early in the year. Fine. When I tell you fine. Cool personality anyway. My point of this all is you have to take your shot. Like if you don't take your shot and you're waiting for love to arrive, that only happens on the Jay Shetty podcast. It doesn't happen in real life. Okay, you have to shoot your shot, and you are only getting the nose for those shots that you don't take. Right?
Yeah. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Rob,
There was definitely a joke in there somewhere. First, before we get started, let me give a major shout out to my wifey, Rihanna, because she gave birth to her daughter, Rocky Irish Mayers, with ASAP Rocky. No shade, but Rihanna, who do you think you are? You think you're getting smarter at fooling me. First of all, she led me on to believe that she was having a boy because the way she was wording what she was having, I knew she really wanted a girl. But the way that she was talking, it was like she was going to have one more to get the girl. So I think she's now trying to throw me off because in some weird way, I think she thinks I'm investigating her womb. I'm not investigating what's going on over there, although I am. I'm not in your business like that. I don't even ask questions, but I do realize I think she was personally trying to throw me off. So that's number one. Number two, Rihanna, my other issue with you is we were trying to go to dinner. We've been trying to schedule dinner. But I knew the baby was coming soon because I thought it was going to be a Leo baby because I was praying that she had another Leo because obviously I'm a Leo. And I believe Riot's a Leo. Is Riot a Leo? Google. Is it Riot or Rizza? One of them. I know she has a Leo. But I was trying to hang out with her.
August 1st, it's Riot.
Right. Okay. Riot's a Leo. Okay. That's why him and I have the same attitude. But she was dodging dinner, dodging. And then she hasn't been responding. And I'm like, what? It's not like her to not respond to me. Like I'm feeling some type of way. So I'm looking at her Instagram, looking over here, looking at, but I don't try to pry because this is the one that I try to leave alone until she misses me. Right. But she hasn't been seeing me. And then coming to find out why? Because she had a baby. So I just want to say congratulations again to both of you and the whole family. I'm glad that she finally got her girl because, as she said, her little fashion killer, this girl is going to grow up and be, between the mom and the dad, the two boys I'm sure are going to be stylish too. They all have different personalities, but I'm sure this is going to be her little Riri, her little mini-me. Running around with her, but I'm just so happy for her. But can we please take a break between you and Cardi? I don't know which of you are in competition with Sierra, but we need the babies to stop. At this point, we need new music, Rihanna. We need Savage Skin for men, or Fenty Men for skin, Fenty Skin for men. We need more things for us. We need you to get out of making babies. You have your family. It is a whole half of a Brady Bunch over there at the Rocky residence. Leave that there. Get back to work. Get in the studio. Get some new music. Let's go to dinner and stop playing with my social schedule. Because now you can drink again. That's the other thing. That's when I know she's pregnant. Because she doesn't drink. Do you remember at the dinner she didn't drink?
There was no wine being passed around.
Yeah, she'll pass everything to everybody else, but she won't be doing it. So now this is how I'm gonna see if you're pregnant. Every time I see you, shots on me. Oh, let me show you a photo of the family before we get out of here. Okay, well, not the family, but Rhea and her baby. Oh, so cute. Why is Rihanna sexy even when she's pregnant and delivering? Why was I cut out of this photo? Because I was definitely in that. Ariella, shady ass. Get to the tea. It just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. I posted an image on my Instagram of Charlie Kirk, and it's not to be disrespectful at all. Let me show you that photo right here. Take a look. It's a side-by-side of Martin Luther King and Charlie Kirk, and Martin Luther King is saying we're not the same because you all have tried to turn him into Martin Luther King. And I'm sorry, this is no disrespect to the dead, because I think that people, first of all, people die every day, and I'm not going to grieve one death over it. There's so many kids dying in my community. There's kids dying in Gaza. There are a lot of important people dying all over the world. And you know what? One death is too many. So I'm not going to sit here and fall victim to the social shaming of people who won't overly grieve somebody who was a racist and who was completely disrespectful to women and people of color. I just won't do it. And the gays. So I'm sorry. He's dead. Let's let him rest in peace. And I want us all to live in peace without living in this death. It happened over a week ago. We have moved on. Okay, but some people have not been able to move on because just recently, Jimmy Kimmel was taken off the air by President Cheeto in charge, Donald Trump. I've never seen a president attack people for having an opinion or having a voice, because that is, our constitutional rights to be able to have free speech. And people in the media have also protections, but Jimmy Kimmel was under attack. Now he's back on air after having been removed. So first, let me give him a round of applause for coming back on air. Because in some weird way, I am an alumni of the show, although no, I was just an audience person with a little bit more visibility. But Jimmy Kimmel is a entertaining show that all of us love to watch when we watch TV, because he's harmless, he's funny, and in a day where you have all this school shooting, mass shootings, Trump, tariffs, this, that, end of the world, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, Candace Owens, you want to just be able to flip through the channels and find something to laugh at. And Jimmy has been entertaining us for several years. Well, anyway, he was taken off the air, and ABC had indefinitely suspended his show for speaking on Donald Trump and the Charlie Kirk situation 5 days after Charlie's assassination. Now, Kimmel's monologue about Trump mourning his dear friend caught backlash. Let me show you really quick a photo of that. We've hit some new lows over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. But in between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags that have staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this. Then he cut to a video of Donald Trump telling reporters about construction on the new White House ballroom after 150 years. Yes, he's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. There's demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of somebody they call a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay? And it didn't just happen once. Listen, I thought that Jimmy's criticism was fair. If you did see the clip, Trump was walking to a helicopter, and the reporter asked him about Charlie Kirk, and he went off to talk about construction. That is what happened. That is what Jimmy spoke about. Well, that led him into being taken off the air, because 2 days after Kimmel's remarks, ABC announced the indefinite suspension of his show. Trump applauded the network for finally having the courage to get rid of Kimmel. Take a look. He posted on Truth Social, "Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had been done. Kimmel has zero talent and worse ratings than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, two total losers on fake news, NBC. Their ratings are also horrible. Do it, NBC, President Donald J. Trump." So before we even get into all the details of how this happened, let me first say that it is embarrassing to have your country's leader fighting with comedians, fighting with talk show hosts, attacking free speech and democracy, I think it's not only embarrassing, but it's dangerous because what it did, even in our own show where we were talking about things, we start questioning, well, is this wrong? Is this wrong? We should not be questioning in a country that prides itself on having free speech rights, whether or not we should censor ourselves. The craziest part about all this is we're talking about censoring people for talking about a person who made a living, millions of dollars, hating and talking about everybody and talking about his opinions. How is it that this opinion is more important than this opinion? That goes back to Black Lives Matter and not mattering enough. And this, I think, speaks straight to the heart of what's really going on. And it is the fact that this Project 2025 plan is going to move forward, roll over anybody. And if anybody tries to trump it, there will be consequences. I think it's bigger than Jimmy Kimmel. I think Jimmy is just a test to see how far he can go in his attempt to destroy free rights and free speech in America. That's my opinion. What do you think?
You're absolutely correct. And I think every single person in this country, no matter what your political perspective is, should be alarmed by this. The federal government should never overstep and involve itself in censoring the speech of any human being, let alone a comedian or an actor or a news anchor. The federal government should never involve itself. And the president of the United States encouraging companies to silence someone because they don't like the speech coming out of their mouth is a direct violation of the First Amendment, which we all should have the ability to criticize the politicians in this country. Like, if we don't agree with their perspective, that's what makes America America. Like, we have the freedom to speak up about things we do not like, and we should not be censored or silenced for it. And everyone who on the other side of this conversation who's saying, oh no, the companies make the choice. The federal government inserted themselves and basically threatened these companies, and like that should never happen in this country.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it was very clickbaity because they kept being like Jimmy Kimmel's off because of Charlie Kirk. But when I watched the clip, I was expecting something bad because, you know, Jimmy Kimmel can be
I was
messy.
Expecting something tragic.
Me too. I was expecting something like vile. It was nothing. Like, nothing bad was said about Charlie Kirk. If anything, he like tweeted something nice to Charlie and his family, but it was only bad about Donald Trump, and it wasn't even bad. But so yeah, for me, it's just like for the federal government, on, like I said, I feel like whatever side you're on, the same way everyone's like, oh, Charlie Kirk had free speech, well, so did Jimmy Kimmel. Like, it just doesn't make sense that the federal government has to get involved.
Well, it makes sense. It doesn't make sense to a rational person, but it makes sense if you're looking at Project 2025 and what they're trying to implement. State media, state-controlled media, where, you know, you look at what's happening over at the Pentagon now. They want credentialed journalists to get approval before they put out information. That is state-ran media. That is not how our country is built. I'm again blaming all of you who did not vote and all of you who voted for this thinking you were getting something else. What you got versus what you ordered, clearly it did not show up in your size. And you know what? I'm still trying my best to unplug from it all while still staying dialed in, because you can't totally act oblivion to everything that's happening. Like, you have to be connected to it, but like you can't live in it, because I'm not spending the next 3 years walking around saying, oh my God, why? Because y'all did it. But we all have to suffer as a result of it. And everything is connected to anything you see. So when you see free speech rights and you see people getting detained by ICE and people's rights getting violated, people dying in ICE's control. I've seen another person die recently who was arrested by ICE. It's all connected and you're all responsible for it. Well, Sinclair, ABC's top affiliate group, asked the FCC and ABC to take additional action and demanded Kimmel apologize and donate to Charlie Kirk's family and Turning Point USA. Kimmel's suspension left celebrities and consumers boycotting Disney, ABC, Hulu, ESPN, etc. By the end of the week, Disney stock reportedly dropped 3%, roughly $6.4 billion in market value, and that's just in a few days. I disconnected my Hulu account. Did you?
I sure did.
Did you?
Mine's is free.
But you disconnected yours?
I canceled that Hulu right away.
Let me tell you something. And for the trouble that you all put me through to cancel it, I'm not signing back up. And even though I didn't cancel it, Andrew did. Still, the fact that I had to call my assistant and tell him to go cancel my subscription, I'm not going to call him and tell him to go resubscribe. So I'm canceled for a few days. I need the dust to settle and see what's actually happening. But I felt liberated on behalf of the entire nation by just calling Andrew and canceling that subscription, because that's my little, I don't know, $9.99. How much is it?
I think it was $7.99.
It depends,
but
yeah,
it went up.
your
It went up.
ads.
It just went up.
Hold on, my little $7.99. I felt like I was on the front line of a
You're a
strike.
freedom fighter.
A freedom
Yes.
fighter. I felt connected to a social cause, and to see $6 billion in market rate fall in a few hours, crazy. Now I will tell you, I also told my team to write a story, and I love you, Whoopi Goldberg. I love you, Sonny. I love you, all the other girls up there. Anna Navarro, I love you. I had to tell my team to write a story that The View had no view, because 24 hours after this happened, y'all didn't speak on it because Daddy slapped y'all on the hand. Then I know, Whoopi, I saw your explanation. You came on days later and you said, "Oh, we don't tape on Fridays. Oh, no. We love the backtracking. $6.4 billion will put tap shoes on your feet and get you to tap dancing all around that." But we saw it. Good Morning America. And this is why I know no matter what The View says about not having a view. Good Morning America. I watch you every morning. Not anymore. At least not right now, but you're one of my favorite morning shows. It wasn't a good morning because you woke up and were silent too. So even if The View don't tape on that day, you taped and you didn't say anything. And look, that made canceling all of my ABCs and all of those little apps easy, because what I saw was you all got real pussy for 24 hours or for 48 hours until you started seeing that the one interest you do have to your stockholders is making sure that you continue to drive your market rate up and that we're still plugged into you. You took all of our top morning shows and you literally just put them in a box and put them on Daddy Trump's desk to let him do what he needed to do. But you know what, Jimmy? We're going to give you your flowers, because your 28-minute monologue, when I tell you I went back and watched every single second and I devoured every morsel of every word that you said, I felt like you held ABC accountable. You said fuck Trump in the nicest, most professional way. You showed grace to Charlie Kirk and his family, and more importantly, you didn't apologize. And look, the ratings were even better with his return. 6.2 million people watching, and we ain't watching TV like that. And not to mention millions of views on YouTube the next day. I felt great, and I felt vindication for you, but I also am still mad. And I find myself mad at ABC. I find myself mad at Trump. Not mad in the sense of it's ruining my day, but like I'm just completely disgusted at the fact that we've even allowed it to get this far.
For sure. And I feel like even if you can't, the excuses that Whoopi, not excuses, but the reasoning that Whoopi gave, you can still have access to your Twitter or like write or say something. And I feel like if you are just continue to be silenced when the FCC tells you to be silenced, like it's just adding to the problem. We're never going to be able to have free speech, like truly.
Yeah, and I love that the fact that a lot of the actors and executives who actually worked on shows that are on ABC and on Disney publicly came out and said, y'all need to cancel your subscriptions. They were advocating for free speech as well. And I think this also showed Americans the power that we have in our spending. And Black people showed that prior with Target. Like we really do control how this mess runs, because it all depends on where we spend our money.
And you saw people taking the bait when people were canceling their Hulu. Hulu was like, just kidding. If you stay for 6 months, we'll give you 6 months for only $5. And people were taking it.
No, but what I saw was Hulu's now running ads all across social media, even though I believe there's a market price rating increase that's coming in order to make up for losses. We ain't buying that. This is where I'm not gonna say we should continue to ban you. I'm personally not signing back up because I feel like you let me down. And let's be clear, I subscribe to Hulu and I don't even be over there watching a lot of shows like that. Like I subscribe to it because I just like to have all the subscriptions in case I want to go over there and look at it. But there's not a lot of stuff that I want to see over there. I'm not keeping up with any of the Kardashians. I don't care about none of that. But what I will say is, I just feel offended for how you did somebody like Jimmy dirty. I went to his show. The thing I thought about when Tiffany had the show, when she said, when we said we had the baby and all that, and, whole America and the world fell in love with this idea that was a bunch of lies. I went to the Jimmy Kimmel show and I met the makeup artist who did my makeup. I met the warm-up crew. I met the staff who walked me in. I talked to the producers. I talked to the bartender who made me a mocktail because I'm still sober. There are hundreds of people that work on these shows. So and Marina could tell you, having worked for Steve Harvey, it's not just the one person out there. It's the band. It's the audio team. It's the lighting team. It's the writing room. It's everybody. You literally as a president, try to unemploy hundreds of people because you were mad about one joke that was targeted towards your ego. I mean, like, it just shows it's little penis energy for me. And I don't even want to get about you laying on top of Melania and all that because I'm not even going to make it that personal. I would just say that I don't even know how anybody could want to be friends or be around somebody with this fragile of an ego, other than the fact that your whole family is making billions of dollars off of America right now. They say his family's going to be worth $10 billion before it's all over. He went up to $5.1 billion. Should we just ignore all of this and follow the money? No. Let me show you a statement that ABC issued about Kimmel's return. Statement on Jimmy Kimmel Live from the Walt Disney Company. The Walt Disney Company issued the following statement today regarding Jimmy Kimmel Live. Last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. It is a decision we made because we felt some of the comments were ill-timed and thus insensitive. We have spent the days having thoughtful conversations with Jimmy, and after those conversations, we reached the decision to return the show on Tuesday. No, it was after you saw the market rate fall and you saw that America and the world was standing behind Jimmy, and the fact that you had a problem on your hand that you did right. You saw it said the Walt Disney Company. That's Marvel. That's Walt Disney. That's Disneyland. That's Disney World. That is ESPN. That is all of their affiliate networks. Yet Hulu. You saw that we were coming at you on every channel that we could. It was gang activity. And you started to lose, and you came to your senses. Plus, Jimmy probably told you, I ain't going out there to say nothing until y'all fix it. Oh, yeah, by the way, ABC 10 in my hometown, or near my hometown in Sacramento, got shot up, too. You know, this whole topic isn't something that is giving America peace. You know, at the start of this whole conversation, I put up the picture between Martin Luther King and Charlie Kirk. I know online there's lots of conversation. Oh, Martin Luther King was flawed. This is not about flaws. A man cheating on his wife, or a man, whatever. Those things, those are just traits of a man. I'm not saying they're good traits. I'm just saying they are traits a lot of men have displayed over the years. I've never said that Martin Luther King was a perfect man. I'm not saying he was a perfect man. The post for me was more about the intentionality of one's platform. Martin Luther King talked about peace. He talked about love. He talked about unity. He talked about rights and fairness and equity. This person, that's not what he talked about. And both of them, what they did have in common is they talked about everything under God. I'm sorry. The God that I know don't make me hate Rob because he's gay. It doesn't make me hate Marina because she's a woman. What?
Oh, it's okay.
My God doesn't make me look at my neighbor and say, hate thy neighbor. It says, love thy neighbor. So I don't come from a place where I can just hate people because they're Asian or Latino, or I'm not programmed like that. And I don't ever, I thank God that he did not make me like that. Now, I'm not a fan of drag queens. I don't hate them. I just don't think they should be talking to our kids in schools. But whatever, that's my opinion. And people should be able to say their opinions without getting murdered. I did say on my post, he should not have been assassinated. And neither should Martin Luther King. But we do live in a country where people are shooting shit up because we don't want to address our gun issue, because most of the Republicans in the MAGA are riding around in their trucks playing the honky-tonk music with their goddamn rifles. Put your rifles down, pick up a book, pick up a Bible. All the Bibles that you talk about, you clearly aren't reading them because it ain't telling you to go ride around and hang people in trees. Shout out to Mississippi. But where's the selective outrage is also very alarming, right?
It's extremely alarming. I am so tired of people saying, well, you didn't understand the context. You didn't understand the context. You're taking it out of context.
Of the hanging in Mississippi?
No. I'm talking about his words.
Yes.
Because we were speaking about Charlie Kirk's words in comparison to Martin Luther King. Like, you can take anything that Martin Luther King said and you can take a clip of it, and there was no malice or no hate towards any other group that you would discern from what he said. And I don't care if I can take a clip of what you said and it makes me afraid to fly on a plane with a black person, or it makes me afraid to have a surgery from a black woman, or it makes me feel like black women are only there to replace white people and they don't have brain processing power. If I can take a clip of you speaking and that's what I gain from it, that was your intention. And you can't compare these two men. There's no way.
And I just thought it was crazy that then they were trying to force Jimmy to apologize and donate to like his own money. That's just crazy.
Where were they asking people to donate to George Floyd?
Exactly.
Like,
Selective outrage.
Anyway, well, Trump, of course, he threatened ABC about Kimmel's return. Take a look. I can't believe ABC fake news gave Jimmy Kimmel his job back. The White House was told by ABC that his show was canceled. Something happened between then and now because his audience is gone and his talent was never there. Why would they want someone back who does so poorly, who's not funny, and who puts the network in jeopardy by playing 99% positive Democrat garbage? He is yet another arm of the DNC, and to the best of my knowledge, that would be a major illegal campaign contribution. I think we're going to test ABC out on this. Let's see how we do. Last time I went after them, they gave me $16 million. This one sounds more lucrative. A true bunch of losers. Let Jimmy Kimmel rot in his bad ratings.
It was all a lie.
Well, Kimmel officially returned to the air everywhere, minus those Sinclair Nexstar markets. Now, let me show you a map of markets that Kimmel preempted. Okay, so despite Sinclair and Nexstar not airing Kimmel in 23% of the country, his 28-minute monologue that I talked about a second ago got 6.3 million network views and 30 million views across all social. And before Kimmel's ABC return, a memorial was held for Charlie Kirk in Arizona. Hold on. Outside an overpacked stadium, a black Trump supporter from Missouri explained his presence. Listen.
Adrian from Missouri, come on over here real quick. You came from across the country. Why'd you feel it was important to come out?
To show my support. It's sad what happened to Charlie. I actually got to meet the man. He's a very humble man, a very spiritual man, and I love that about him. And I just love how he stood up for America and how he was able to help Donald Trump get into office and how he talks to the youth and gives everybody a fair shot. So I just wanted to come and show my support.
What do you think about the fact that for his memorial service, it filled up to capacity like that, 60,000 people. You got thousands more trying to go into this overflow. Just talk about the crowds you're seeing out here.
It was to be expected, if you ask me. He was a very loved man. He's going to be missed. I mean, Charlie, he always brought out big crowds, and he always stayed on relevant topics, and he speaks very well. So I think that a lot of people wanted to know him personally, and we all felt like we knew him personally.
And what's your plan? You're going to go to Overflow? You're going to just hang out here? What's your deal?
I'm planning on going to Overflow. Absolutely. And I plan on speaking out a lot more, too. He actually inspired me. I'm usually a little bit more reserved when it comes to speaking out and being loud about things, but he really woke me up. And I'm a lot older than him. I'm 42. So he inspired me to just want to speak more and give my opinion because I don't think this should go in vain.
It sounds like he had that effect on a lot of people. More than 62,000 new Turning Point USA chapters.
42, you look a lot older than me. It's crazy. Well, I'm glad that you felt inspired. Hopefully you feel inspired to watch this show. I'm sure somebody's going to track you down and send you this clip. And, you do look ridiculous in that uniform, by the way. I mean, you were going to Memorial. Can you guys at least put on Memorial clothes? Like when we go to church for Memorial, aren't we dressed like in memoriam?
Well, they were selling that merch at the memorial too. I saw.
We know what this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, at the ceremony, his wife, Erica Kirk, forgave his shooter, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. I thought that was kind of big of her to actually forgive him, but it also falls in line with the narrative of Jesus and all that. And I'm not downplaying a widow's emotions, but I mean, it takes a lot to forgive somebody in less than a week from murdering your husband and the father of your children. But she did that. Listen.
That young man. On the cross, our Savior said, Father, forgive them, for they not know what they do. That man, that young man, I forgive him. I forgive him because it was what Christ did and is what Charlie would do. The answer to hate is not hate. The answer we know from the gospel is love, and always love. Love for our enemies and love for those who persecute us.
I'll let you all react first, man.
It's just interesting to me because I believe her, Nancy Mace, everyone on that side of the conversation.
Well, Nancy Mace is a pig.
Well, they were all so violently angry when the assumption was the shooter looked different. And I don't know if this would be the same response if it wasn't a straight white male who was on the other side of that weapon. And I don't know. It's just the energy is just off-putting to me. I'm glad she's able to forgive. I hope she's able to move on. This is a traumatic experience for her. I couldn't imagine losing your husband, the father of your children. So I do, hope that life is not difficult for her moving forward. But I just don't believe that this isn't all performative. It really, I don't know.
Well, if you're missing what she said right after he died and the tonality being very different, take a listen to this.
Evildoers responsible for my husband's assassination have no idea what they have done. They killed Charlie because he preached a message of patriotism, faith, and of God's merciful love. They should all know this. If you thought that my husband's mission was powerful before, you have no idea. You have no idea what you just have unleashed across this entire country and this world. You have no idea. You have no idea the fire that you have ignited within this wife. The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I mean, she sounded like she was out for blood, right? And you remember the governor said he was hoping that it was somebody from out of town or out of the country. They wanted somebody else to have done it, and it wasn't. They can't say it was a crazy leftist. It was one of their own. When you look at the shooting that happened yesterday or the other day in Dallas at the ICE location, it was one of their own. Y'all are shooting y'all shit up and taking y'all out because of y'all mess, and it's our issue, our problem. Why? How? In the vein of God, of course. No, I will say that it's sad to see somebody having to go through mourning, but words have consequences. And, when you build a huge following like that, I mean, there are a lot of people out there that are going to agree or not agree. One thing I know for sure is when you are a very opinionated person like myself, or like a Candace Owens, or anybody that has a strong opinion about things, you have to think about your safety. You just know you do, right? I mean, I'm not saying at all that they could have imagined this would have happened, because this was kind of his thing, going to college campuses and speaking to lots of people. But you have 3,000 people out there having overcharged conversations. It's not like a Beyonce concert, right? It's sad, again, that it happened. But I don't understand why we're trying to turn this man into Martin Luther King. Again, I have to go back there. Yes, it's sad, but people, where were all you Christians standing when all the kids were having bombs dropped on them in Gaza? Where were all you Christians when the Congo was having a genocide out there? Where have you been? Like, what? The selective tears and the selective prayers and the selective Jesuses and the selective Bibles, to me, it says a lot about your religion. And I'll tell you, this is why I don't really go to church, because y'all be in the pulpits wrangling and teaching people things, and people need to just go to church if that's what you want to do, but get educated on what God really means, and like find it deep in your soul to be connected to the theme of love, because loving, caring, compassion is all. You could even go watch what's this movie Mel Gibson did, Passion of the Christ. Go watch that movie just so you can see up until the very end when they nailed him on the cross and all that. Go watch how amazing God was, and then go listen to an hour of Charlie Kirk and tell me where those two things come together. One's a movie, one is a literal movie. Please tell me. Now, Trump talked about Charlie Kirk and had a lot to say at the rally as well. It was very moving. Listen.
In that private moment on his dying day, we find everything we need to know about who Charlie Kirk truly was. He was a missionary with a noble spirit and a great, great purpose. He did not hate his opponents. He wanted the best for them. That's where I disagreed with Charlie. I hate my opponent. And I don't want the best for them. I'm sorry. I am sorry, Erica. But now Erica can talk to me and the whole group, and maybe they can convince me that that's not right, but I can't stand my opponent.
That's y'all president.
I didn't vote for him.
I can't.
In front of 70,000 people at a memorial, he says he hates his opponent. You won the presidency. You have no opponent anymore. Like, I won vice mayor on, whatever day, November 5th or something. And then I won council member anyway. I became the council member on January 1st. I was appointed vice mayor on January 7th. I have not publicly talked about my opponent one time because it is the past. Whatever work she did before I got here, hopefully it was great and hopefully she feels fulfilled, but that's for her to feel. I don't need to stand on my platform every day that I'm doing the work for my community, bashing her or what she did or didn't do and talk about this or that. Now, you do all that during the campaign, but once you win, it's over. Let Joe Biden go and be in peace. But again, it shows LDE, right? Little dick energy.
Oh.
Anyway, bye. I know nobody wants to think about the president's. Well, speaking of penises, Lil Meech got exposed. Well, his penis didn't get exposed this time. We already seen that thing. You can Google it if you want. Anyway, he got exposed with Celina Powell. The human trash bag. Why you're even still affiliated with this girl? I know listen. I already told you this is going to be a different type of episode. I have to go there. Celina Powell, I know you slide in my DMs. You want to come on my show. I could never have her on the show because I think those vaginal walls will burn a hole right through our couch. And it's not even because of the highway of activity. This is the highway to hell right here. She's ruined so many lives and relationships. Again, when I say trash bag, literally heavy duty trash bag with broken strings that you need to take to the shoot. Anyhow, speaking of shooting, Lil Meech was recently dragged because he somehow shoot his shot, and he was exposed by Celina Powell. Now, she first exposed him back in May of 2023 when she dropped a sex tape as he went public with then-girlfriend Summer Walker. She teased the tape with a photo of her topping him off. Do we have that? Google that. You do the research. I need to see that. Anyway, Celina also posed with Lil Meech's BMF chain, and that Summer had also worn. Now, over the pic, she played Summer's song, I'll Kill You, where she sings, I'll go to hell or jail about you, boy. Take a look. So she's wearing the same chain that Summer had. And anyhow, boy, that chain has been around a lot of things. Anyway, Celina later apologized to Lil Meech, hoping that they could be friends and smash again. More than 2 years later, Celina again exposed Lil Meech, resulting in him calling Cap. Let me show you the photo here. So here is Celina laying in bed with her foot on Lil Meech's back while he has a headset on playing a video game. And WGTF. Anyway, after posing herself with Meech and him calling Cap, Celina lost it and aired it out. Look, she said, I'm Cap. I retired my old ways, but I hate for a drug head to think I'd lie on a known snitch. Then she fully called him a bum and a crackhead. Look, would you believe this crackhead known snitch said I'm Cap? Out of all men, you think I'd lie on you, Demetrius? I lie to my friends about not being with you because they know you a bum. Well, then she alleged Lil Meech and his dad Big Meech are broke, living in Floyd Mayweather's Miami condo. She also claimed he told her that 50 Cent was bullying him. Look, mind you, he living in Floyd Mayweather apartment for free with his daddy because they can't afford rent. Bitch, you think I'd be proud to admit that? I cared for you like you were my son. You couldn't even afford meals, ho. I connected you with my weed plug because you can't afford to get high. He's 10 pills deep today. He probably forgot he was with me, and that's why he said Cap, because ain't no way. Y'all, does lean and perks make you forget? Serious question. You said 50 Cent was bullying you while you were in rehab, all while measuring your lean. You wake up and immediately pop pills. Please, Demetrius, I know the real you. Like, do I seriously got to do this right now after I've been chilling? Okay, let me just take a pause in this and just say thank you, God, for allowing me to be single. These are the times where I do enjoy being single because I've never heard anybody this bad to where they would do this. But I almost don't feel bad for him. And this picture is not this is kind of like a druggy looking picture. I don't like it. because he is good looking in person. Well, but when you sleep with something like this, it's like you can't go stay in Motel 6 and then be mad that there's roaches. You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of got to expect when you go to lay down, a roach going to pop out. She posted a screenshot of a group chat with her homegirls, and she said, Demetrius Jr., you got my friends laughing at me for being with you, and you think I got to lie. In another 2 posts, she continued to claim Lil Meech didn't have a car. Look, I'll give you $20,000 right now if you can show me you have a car, Demetrius. Demetrius, you know what's cap is the fact that you keep posting a Ferrari that got repossessed because you couldn't afford insurance. Post the car in real time right now. Let's go, please. Please. What? This is funny to you?
No, this is like, if you date this person after all of this, then you kind of deserve anything you get.
That's what I don't
They
get.
all do. Should we interview her?
Yes. I don't know what you
We
said.
will never get another guest.
We will. She's not. No, I feel like, why not? Because at this point, I cannot feel bad for I cannot feel bad for Meech. And I
Why? All he said was cap. Cat, one word led to all this.
he's trying to make her look like a lot. Like, no, it's not even that, but it's just like when you're dealing, like you said, like with somebody so vocal, she always is
But
feeling
how could
everyone's
I interview
mess.
her after I just called her a trash bag? Because I would have to tell her to her face.
Well, she's gonna see this.
I'm just, I don't know why Flo
I will.
keeps
Let me
catching
say this
strays.
in all fairness to Celina, and this is not me backtracking because I still believe you're trashy. She's always been nice to me. She maybe I'm judging her based on what I see, and maybe I get judged based on what people see about me. I mean, this is kind of like, right?
She's transparent.
I'm trying to be fair, right? But she's always been nice to me. She's always been respectful. She's never come for me. She's never tried me. She's never disrespected me in DMs. She's always been polite and respectful. Maybe because she's not forcing these guys to sleep with her.
Correct.
She ain't forcing y'all to hit her up. She showed you who she was multiple times. Now I'm intrigued. Now we need to interview her.
That's what I'm saying.
Right?
And they're like
For sure.
recording it and giving themselves evidence and stuff for her to put out after
She's
she
giving
does
you
that.
head while you're recording. Yeah, and you're giving her the proof because we just saw the text. Anyway, after seeing the internet on fire, Celina posted Lil Meech calling to apologize. You literally called her knowing that this is what she do. Which, by the way, recording people is illegal unless he's in a state in which it's not illegal. But I don't know where Miami. Listen.
I'm begging you, please delete this stuff. This is my reputation, bro. I apologize for saying what I said to you. Please, man.
But you said it was cap though. What was cap, Demetrius?
Celina, I said that to get the post deleted, Celina.
Okay. Right. But now you want to make me look like a liar in front of the internet. It's crazy, Demetrius.
That's not how I tried to make you seem. I apologize for that.
It's her calling him by his government name for me. Like, Demetrius, come on. Why'd you call her? Like, you just took a L, Meech. And is he still acting or is the acting over?
I think he's looking
For what?
for other jobs.
You know, remember when we had Lala and Da Vinci, who I really like, by the way. Da Vinci, we really liked you here. We haven't seen you since that interview, but we hope that you're doing well. He was a very likable person. Remember, we asked for Meech to come on the show too, and he didn't want to come on the show, and he just doesn't do interviews. And you know, all of you need to stop having these one hits and think that you're bigger than the program. You need to. I'm going to talk about y'all when I get to Cardi B, but like, the reality is none of y'all are superstars anymore. Like, you need to build up your base so that way whenever you go wherever that they follow you. Because right now, no disrespect, Lil Meech, we're talking about you now more than we're talking about your career because we don't see any of the work. And why did you call her and give her that moment for her to drag you? And she looks cleaner here and better than she did when she was sleeping with Tory Lanez. But either way, she has slept with it. And I'm not slut shaming because I feel like men can sleep with 10 girls, women can sleep with 10 men. I'm not doing that. But she has slept with so many girls, boyfriends, and just so many, like, she don't care. Why? Like, what? Why? But I do also want to acknowledge, I hear you saying that you're trying to change, that he's bringing you out of retirement, and we haven't heard about you in a while. So maybe it is time for you to come on the Jason Lee show. But I'm not going to be easy on you, just so you know. If you do join our show, not come, I'm talking about her,
Oh my God.
Just know it won't be easy, girl. This show's not messy. It's just honest.
The truth is messy.
What do you think? Do you think she deserves to be redeemed? Do you think who's at fault here, her or him?
Listen, again, if you are willing to date a person who you know has a track record of doing these kinds of things, and you are allowing that person to record you during sexual acts, and you are sending them messages, like, I don't have that much sympathy for you because you know what's going to happen. You know she's keeping receipts.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get how she did nothing. She is exactly who she's been. She's been consistent. So he's talking about she's ruining her reputation. It's what? I don't get it. Why do people do this?
Listen, y'all, just go to lunch and talk it out in person. I mean, he is much better looking in person. Ariella did that.
Is that his mugshot?
I don't know. He did get arrested for the gun possession, but he is good looking in person. And you remember when he was on Power and they did the full frontal? Do you remember that?
No.
Google it. This confuses me. All of this is just wrong. Anyway, bye. All right, we're talking about something that I thought we left in 2001. Apryl, Omarion, Little Fizz, and Moniece. Now, I have to say, this is a Love and Hip Hop reunion because we were all of us were on TV together. Is that kind of crazy? I just had one of those moments where it's like, it's like looking in the review mirror at something that you don't want to see anymore. I love youth. I don't have a crush on you anymore, but I mean, okay, fine. I love everybody up here, okay, because I'm in therapy and I've moved on. But why are we still talking about this? This is why before I even get into this topic, this is why I despise people bringing me up with Love and Hip Hop, because I feel like Love and Hip Hop cast members, and this is excluding Omarion, of course, who don't have much going on after the show, continue to live in something that were years ago. Now, I used to not get along with her, but y'all know I got love for this girl now. And me and her, she'll text me from time to time. She's very supportive and we've made up. And I'm just so happy that she has survived so many things and has been very transparent. I used to have a crush on Little Fizz, I don't know, years ago before the show. When I got in the show, I thought he was going to leave Moniece for me, and that didn't happen. But instead, he left Moniece for Apryl, okay, who I liked when I was in the show, and I used to shoot with her when she was with Omarion, who was my real friend in real life that I had lost touch with. And I thought him and I would be besties in the show, but he was like, don't bring his gay ass over here in my mind, because I never shot with him and he left before the reunion. I was left with Apryl, and then me and Apryl fell out because I was criticizing her relationship with Fizz, who was in a group with him, and she was friends with her and betrayed her. This is all Mona Scott Young's doing. This is all Mona Me Entertainment. This is all pre-Zeus Network drama trash that I didn't want to be involved with. But here it is again, because like herpes, it keeps popping up. It never goes away. Moniece Slaughter is dragging Apryl Jones after being mentioned while reflecting on her Omarion and Lil Fizz love triangle. We all know that Omarion and Fizz, as I said, are both in the group B2K. And those group mates have had their ups and downs. And Apryl and Omarion used to date and had 2 kids together, then split in 2016. 9 years ago. They split up 9 years ago, and we're talking about it today. In 2019, Apryl began dating Fizz, who shares a kid with and used to date Moniece. When Apryl and Fizz's relationship debuted on Love and Hip Hop, they were called out for betrayal by me and others. Now, in November of 2023, Omarion came on my show. It's been 2 years already. Damn, we got to have Omarion back. And he had a lot to talk about as it relates to this topic. Look. Is dating Apryl. Mm-hmm. You get betrayed in public and still give people grace. Yeah. And you might be dancing Omarion, singing Omarion. You a from Inglewood.
So you know what that means, right?
I don't know what it is. I'm going to let you tell me. But what is that where you did not become unhinged.
That we all reap what we sow, you know what I mean? And whatever energy and whatever intent that we create, you know, especially if it's a negative one, you're gonna get it back tenfold. Pain hit different when you gotta sit in it, you know what I'm saying? And
I felt that one. Wasn't that relationship triangle messy?
It's so messy. That's so messy. And there's kids involved too. Oh,
And
so
I
messy.
know Omarion is so tired. I feel like Omarion's the sickest one of being like reminded of that, but we could not have sat him in the chair without asking him about that.
At all. Nearly 2 years later, Apryl is reflecting on her love triangle on the show with Carlos King, recalling her relationship with Omarion, born Omari Granberry, and later admitting that she never fell in love with Fizz, born Drew Pierre Frederick. She said he wasn't her type, but she felt safe. Listen.
Like when me and O did the show, that was 2014, 13 going into 14 because I was pregnant with Mega. And then you're talking about me not going back on the show to 18, 19. So it was like 5 years that had already passed of not being on the show. And there was a lot of stuff personally that transpired between that time, right? Wasn't like, yes, cool, in a band together. But like, what does that look like behind closed doors? Are they really friends? Do they really spend time together? All the things, like, you know, we have to take all that into consideration. At that time, me and Drew really did become good friends from the show, me coming back onto the show. And I was dealing with so much at the time because I didn't have any family. I don't have any family here. But he was a friend, someone who made sure that I was good. He was there. And yeah, things were intimate between me and him, obviously, clearly. It wasn't anything trying to get back at O at the time. O was far gone. I mean, we hadn't been together already at that point, like I said, for 5-6 years. Like, it wasn't a thing. Just like any, like I said, woman who has someone who's a friend and a person that you trust, like, that's a person that you could fall in love with. It's a person who you're going to tell your deepest and darkest secrets to and who's going to listen. And I think that's just kind of what it was at the time, you know?
Did you fall in love with Fizz?
No, Fizz was not my type.
Okay.
Fizz was a great friend. Fizz was someone I felt safe with. But that was it. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for him, literally. At that time, he was a great friend. So.
How did Omarion find out?
I think publicly. Maybe he's seen us. I know he saw us hanging out because we were on blogs together. Mm-hmm. So he saw us hanging out before the show.
We don't care. First of all, I want to shout out Carlos King. I just was on a panel with Carlos and B. Scott, and we talked about this thing that we do. And the thing that I thought Carlos shared that was very telling was that he does a reality with the King podcast, right? Where he talked to a lot of the reality stars. I think in his own words, what you said is that these people don't really get the platform. So you give it to them and you go viral. And that's great because it's kind of like a niche thing to talk to these reality stars. The fact is that some of them, especially the washed up ones, don't have much going on for themselves. So they do need a place to be able to talk about the things that we've already talked about for 100 times. And I don't know why you would go on a show, Apryl. I'm speaking directly to you. And the last time we did an interview with Omarion, you crashed out on social media. If you missed that, I'm going to just take a quick little second. Take a look at this.
Y'all got it confused. Y'all be sitting here looking at people like, well, this is his, and he's a great person. You don't fucking know that person. You ain't fuck him. You ain't sleep. You ain't, like, stop. If a man or a woman does not want to be exposed, then start being good to the people that you are with. Why would you think that a person that you treated like utter shit is supposed to protect you? But that is what we do. I refuse to do it anymore. I am 36. I'm about to turn 37, and I won't do it anymore. If you're a piece of shit, you are definitely a piece of shit. And I won't sit here and try to cover and let's meet in a room and put me on the interview, Jason Lee. I hope you guys put that on. Put me in an interview room and say, hey, how do you feel? How do you feel? Give it a fair shot. Give it a fair shot, because it hasn't been fair to me to hear my name constantly over and over and over and over again. I haven't been able to tell my side. I have literally shut the fuck up. I have taken care of my kids. I have been quiet, but y'all got me
Okay, the crash out and the waterfall of tears. I mean, don't go chasing waterfalls because they right over there at Apryl Jones' house. We saw that all happen online. You were going to tell your story. I think you were going to come on the show, and then you decided to go back to your day job, which, by the way, congratulations on finding some work to do. I don't understand why you would sleep with your baby daddy bandmate, publicly go on a show and parade around that you were bumping it with him, to then later go on and say that you were never attracted to him, when, by the way, Fizz is attractive, and we've all seen his junk in the front trunk. So we know that it was either A, you wanted to sleep with him, or you wanted to hurt your best friend that was at least your best friend on TV. Then again, all of y'all are fake on the reality show. I don't even know who liked who. I didn't like a lot of people. The people that I liked knew I liked them. The people I didn't. I'm just so confused why you would publicly be in a relationship with your baby daddy's bandmate if you did not like him or find him attractive in that way. You felt safe with him. Go get a security guard. Go get a dog companion animal. Go get a fish. You know, get something that can occupy your time. You don't have to get your best friend's boyfriend who's your baby daddy's business partner, right?
Yeah, and
I mean, I'm not trying to be hard on anybody today.
No, like I completely agree, and like she's very pretty, and I just think there's so many men she could have gone after. Why go after that person? Like, he's just way too close to you in too many ways. Like that to me is a little crazy.
And I'm always gonna bring it back to
because wait, she is a pretty girl.
Very.
She's a pretty girl.
Apryl,
This girl,
gorgeous.
and the body's beautiful, and her personality.
Yes.
She's a beautiful woman
For sure.
without all this mess. Like, why?
That's
Is it
what
low
I'm
self-esteem? What I don't know what's giving.
I don't know. And I think I gotta watch the full interview because I just wanted more information. Like, what is it about that? Because that triangle is, I feel like that's why we keep bringing it up 9 years later, because it's so
Diabolical.
It's diabolical.
Diabolical.
Out
What
of
is
all the
another
guys.
word? This is stuff that the punks do. This is what the punks do. The punks would do some shit like this, right? We ain't doing this.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Apryl also reacted to Carlos claiming that Moniece told him she felt betrayed by her friend. I mean, you were her friend. Even if it was for TV, you were her friend. And people that see the reality show, it's reality to them because we kind of sell it like reality. Anyway, this is what Apryl had to say. Listen.
Moniece felt like you and her were friends, and she felt betrayed. You did break the girl code with Moniece.
I would say no, but you know, we all define friendship differently, right? So no, if that's my truthful answer. While I can understand that we're on a show and these people are connecting us and we appear to be cool because that's reality TV, cool, that's her perspective. And I don't want to take that away from her. This wasn't someone I talked to about my life. This wasn't someone that I was with 24/7. This wasn't, I don't know what, you know, we've seen each other on filming sets and in passing. And so no.
She said recently that at her funeral, she would love for you to be there in the back 5 pews. But then you would have to leave and you're not allowed to go to the repast.
She wouldn't have to worry about that. And honestly, I wish nothing but the best for her. Genuinely. I don't hold grudges in my spirit. I mean, I haven't seen Moniece since I filmed on that show, and that again was almost 8 years, baby. So you're talking about 8 years and you still feel that way. That's the inner work that I'm talking about, though. That's the inner work that we actually have to really start doing within ourselves. I don't hold a grudge. I don't feel no way. I don't feel a way about, you know, what O has done to me, because we could go on and on and on. I don't feel no way. And as a woman who experienced certain things that I choose and tend to not talk about, I still show up and honor and respect and say, you the father of my kids. And 1 minute, look, you can hate folks. The next minute, you can love them all over again. But what we gonna decide, what we gonna choose to do, right? While she may feel like that, honey, I do not have to show up to your funeral. I will pray and I will be sad that you are gone and hope that your soul has reached the heavens. But I hope that before she closes her eyes and she does not wake up, that you really do the inner work. Sorry to anyone that feels like they were betrayed or they were hurt. We do that when we are not in good spaces and places in our life. We do that. So I'll say I'm sorry to anyone who has felt like at these times in my life when I didn't know how to coast through, when I didn't know what I was dealing with, when I didn't have the answers to it, that maybe a hurt person could have hurt people. Sure, I'll take that. I will take the accountability. But I will say this, you're going to get a very different version of me now these days, because I am doing the work. So I'm not going to run into these same issues, right? I'm choosing to elevate and I'm choosing to grow, and I think that's what life is about.
We're going to clap that up. We're going to give her...
For which part?
Not the part about her going to heaven and all that, because that was shade.
That
She threw a little shade, but she had to, but the fact that she says she's working on herself, the fact that she's saying that she's not gonna be the person that she used to be. Because listen, we could all drag. Let me be very clear to all of you. I do love Omarion. We do talk infrequently, but we are in contact. And I just ran into him recently at the BMI Awards, and I'm just so glad that our relationship is back to. It's not back to what it used to be in terms of hanging out all the time. That's because he's a father. He has a career. I have a career. I'm busy. I'm running a city. I forgot I'm the vice mayor. And I have a lot going on. You know what I mean? So I'm very busy, and he's very busy. But I'm glad that our relationship is. I feel the love when I see him. We're genuinely happy to see each other. Fizz and I don't know if I've ever said publicly that I had a crush on him before, although I wouldn't sleep with him today. He's, he was cute to look at when we filmed or whatever, but I always used to have to watch his hands because I thought he was going to try to fight with me because I was fighting with his baby mom. It was a mess. But I say all that to say, I'm not going to relive this show with you people. I'm only here talking about you because you're in the news and Ariella put you on the sheet. I don't talk about love and hip hop. In fact, this is the one thing that when people talk about my career and they go to, oh my God, I've been watching you since Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored with Melissa Ford. You start there. I'm not embarrassed by the show, but what I'm embarrassed is this buffoonery that's going on. Yes, you may not have been, sipping your wine because Apryl used to have wine. Maybe you weren't sipping your wine and you weren't sitting around chit-chatting off camera, but on camera to millions of people every week, you were her friend. And so if you were acting like you were her friend, in her mind, she probably thought you were her friend. Nikki Baby was my friend in the show. She was my friend out the show. She was somebody that I befriended. Kamaya was my friend in the show. She was my friend outside the show. I didn't go in here acting like I liked y'all and then not acting like I like y'all created the lunacy, which is why 10 years later, you're still living in it. I pray that you all get the peace that you need. To Marina's point, one of you asked me, maybe it was Rob when we were watching Marina, she has a kid with this. Okay, I had to look that up. Let me back up. Okay. I didn't know. Watch this. These two were in a group together in front of the whole world. Yes, everybody B2K. And girls love these guys, right? Hello, yeah. He has 2 kids with her. She has 1 kid with him, and then she leaves him to get with him. But the girls were never friends. Yeah. They're only friends because they were they're friends because the show. They're men because B2K. No, and the show brought them together. Oh. But if you're season 2 friends with her when she's fighting it out with her baby daddy, then the baby daddy leaves the show and you need a storyline. So now you sleep with him. You 3 have a triangle. This is messy. So you're not a victim. You don't get to Celina Powell the situation and then all of a sudden start, pow, everybody's the bad guy. However, to her point, she went on a show to talk about probably nothing with Carlos, and he brought up the things that reality people still want to talk about. And here we are 10 years later living in your trauma. You're going to be a 60-year-old retiree talking about how you slept with the enemy in order to have a storyline. That is going to be your legacy. I pray for all of you the peace that we all deserve to have. There are some of us that use the platform like me and Cardi and K. Michelle and Jocelyn who knew we came to do a thing and we got out and we got our bag and now we're doing other things. It's been a long time since I've talked about this, and I do pray to God and my producers that we never talk about it again. That's what I was gonna just add to that. I like love and hip hop itself because I feel like it's a good litmus test. Some people either grow from it or some people really fall victim to it and just still spiral and constantly crash out in circles. Not that this is a crash out, but it's just complicated. It's so messy. Well, reacting to Apryl's interview, Moniece said she'll never apologize and neither will my baby daddy. She then told Omarion to control his baby mama, warning she'd post all the receipts that she sent to him, his manager, Michelle LaFleur, her therapist and lawyers. Look, a whole lot of folks finna be put to shame if the texts and emails and pics, let's keep it cute. I'd advise you, Omarion, to keep your baby mama quiet ahead of this tour because if she or your bro keep on dismissing me and negating my mental wellness, I'll post it all. Michelle, everything I sent to her, him, my therapist, and James, and you, Michelle, and I have already given my parents the heads up since my mother recently accused me of ruining my dad's legacy. I've not been caught up in no shit. Don't push me. I'm waiting on my public apology, and the time's ticking. Listen, Moniece has been quiet. She's been working on her. By the way, your boobs look great, Moniece. You know, there's a little thickness going on over there, which is great for you. Well, look, Moniece sent a lengthy caption slamming Apryl, Carlos, and Fizz, telling them all to go straight to hell. She also made some clarifications to Apryl and Carlos's claims. Look, okay, I ain't reading all that. I am not reading all that. She went out. She added Jess in the hilarious love of hip hop. Am I in there? No.
Rick Ross. What the heck?
Okay. Y'all just let me leave this up for a minute. But what she does talk about that I don't want to take light out is that she's currently battling clinical depression. And so she's been popping in and out of IG. You know, Moniece, we'll leave this up while I say this, but Moniece has had a long history of being open about her mental wellness, mental health, mental challenges. And, you know, so I just want to say I'm glad that she's getting the help that she needs. And I also want to say she does not pop off like she used to, because reality TV Moniece gave us this much content to talk about in video form. Well, her post continued. That wasn't long enough. Look. Okay, now while I
my gosh.
While I leave, she got a lot to say. The girl had the pent up stuff. Okay. Either way, you know, she talks about the DCFS reports, and at the end she said, "Fuck you. Just leave her alone." Look, at the end of the day, I hope you all find peace. Goodbye. Oh, two of my favorite R&B kings are in the news, Chris Brown and Mario, but they're fighting colorism claims. I just want all black people to know, no matter where you are, colorism was something created by white supremacy and by white people, but yet we live in it every day. We live in it. I can't say I like somebody. Oh my God, you like them because they're light skinned. The other day I was somewhere with somebody and I go, oh my God, I want to date somebody. Oh, you're looking for somebody light skinned. Well, I mean, I love all shades. There are some people that I won't date, and I'm going to talk about that. That's just only because I don't believe in educating people on my challenges and struggles, and I'm just not going to do that. So I don't date in certain pools, but I do think that when it comes to melanin, all shades of melanin are great. Well, Chris Brown and Mario are both being accused of not liking black women due to their dating preferences. For years, Chris has faced these claims as he's dated Asians and Latinas and surrounded himself with lighter-skinned black women and white women. Chris again faced these claims after picking Kayla Nicole for his Take You Down performance. The controversy furthered when Kayla said that she did it for the brown girls. Take a look. Kayla said, well, that was fun. Had to really do it for the teenage me blasting CB in her bedroom, for the mini me who saw him at one of her first concerts, for the woman who sometimes feels like she has to be a monolith instead of multi-layered. I did it for the smart girls, the cool girls, the sexy girls, the fun girls, for all of us who are all those things at once, and I overly did it for my brown girls. Thank ya. And someone said, Chris Brown, pull up one brown-skinned girl on stage. One. Now, all of a sudden, he's not a colorist. Please, not today. You know, the thing about it is that when you are light-skinned and when you date somebody or date people who are light-skinned, or even if you have a preference of someone that is light-skinned, you get labeled somebody that hates anybody with more melanin in their skin, and that's not true. I think two things can be true. You can love black people, and when I say black, I mean the dark of the back of this case black, and you can date somebody that's light-skinned and have an affection or a love for all things black without saying that you don't like one because you choose the other in terms of dating preference. I don't think that people should have to say what they are or are not attracted to in defense of something that they're not, and that's a colorist. Now, the noise became so loud that Chris actually addressed it all before deactivating his Instagram. Look, miss me with the colors, rage baiting. I'm going to take a break from social media. Y'all done pissed me off long enough. What do you think? Do you think there's anything here with Chris being called a colorist?
I think that there's a lot going on. Like, my friend Leah, she went to the Texas show and she saw the guy picking out this girl. And I feel like they all have the same. I would go further. It's not like a colorist thing. 'Cause I don't think Chris Brown is a colorist, but they all like are pretty. They all have like kind of like the same figure. And my friend Leah is very plus size. And she was like, she recorded it, the guy, you don't pick the big girls. And he just laughed and he was like, no. And I feel like they always pick the same size girls. I would love to see Chris Brown pull up like a big girl and twerk on her, an old lady. I just feel like it's the same type of real bad bitches. But I don't know why the Kayla thing was triggering. I feel like that triggered people also because she's the most well known. Because she's not just like a random girl from the crowd, and I thought it was like pre-produced, which she said it wasn't. But I don't think Chris Brown is thinking.
Well, he just brought up Summer Walker. So she's not
Right.
light skinned. Again, like people will never take credit. People will never give credit for him doing, oh, now he got 2 brown skins. Now it's 3. If he does another one, oh, he's only doing it for the this is why you can't live in what bullshit people online say. I really feel like colorism is a display of everybody's insecurities, and it could come from, and rightfully so, because it is something that's been inflicted on us by white supremacy. But without knowing the origin of where things come from, we don't really know how to tackle it. I think damned if you do, damned if you don't. I will say I'm mad at you, Chris, for deactivating your social media because you're having such a run right now that I'm actually living through. You unblocked me. Well, let me just first one. Yeah,
that's great.
We're making progress.
Yeah,
because
love that.
He had to go search me and find me. Chris, that means you miss me secretly. You miss me, and I miss you too. Chris had to secretly go and find my account and unblock it in order for me to be able to see all of his amazingness again. And we're sharing it on Hollywood a lot because I do miss my friend. But don't deactivate your account because the haters got something to say. They're going to always say you're a superstar. That's what happens when you're a superstar. They're going to have something to say. Now, like Chris, singer Mario has been facing his own colorism claims in the last few years. Now, in June 2024, Mario first responded to a fan claiming he only liked white girls after posting his Latina girlfriend. Here's his 2 posts on the topic. Take a look. But you like white girls, though. I like good energy and who loves me the way that's healthy. Could be black, white, Mexican, alien. I dated an alien before it was great. And I mean that from the heart. In December 2024, Mario clarified his girl wasn't white, but Mexican. 8 months later, in August 2025, Mario and his girlfriend, Esmeralda Rios, announced their pregnancy. Take a look. Okay. Nearly a month later, Mario is again slamming claims that he doesn't like black women. Look, I'm so tired of the black women slander in the comments about how I don't like black women and how black women aren't loved. If you're making these comments, I'm convinced you have a problem with black women. Black women are loved and needed. Now, I'm going to say something that's probably going to be controversial, and I promise you they will take this clip, and this will be the clip heard all around the world, not everything I just said, and I really don't give a shit. If I was attracted to light-skinned men, which I'm attracted to all men, but clearly, if you look at my dating history, there's been a lot more of the same type. But there was this beautiful, say if Jeremy Meeks, right? This is Jail Bay, who is my type minus the jail, and we can hold the applause and we can hold the laughter and the jokes, okay? I'll leave it at that. If Jeremy Meeks was wearing a Make America Great Again hat, he would not be my type. Because obviously, no matter what he looks like, what he stands for is just we're not ever going to ever be able to coexist because that would literally change all attraction to him for me. You have to understand something. If 5 or 10 guys that look like Jeremy Meeks were wearing Make America Great Again hats, trying to date me and pursuing me and texting me and tweeting me and da-da-da, at some point, it would make me not attracted to those type of people. I know this is going to go viral, and I know people, you know where I'm going. If y'all keep living in this white supremacy notion that anybody who has a Latina girlfriend or a Latina boyfriend or a light-skinned girlfriend or a light-skinned boyfriend hates all of the blacks, hates all of the black women, black men, black people, and you keep perpetuating that and slamming them, and it keeps, that literally will get in someone's psyche, and it will turn them off. I know, because I hear it. It doesn't turn me off because I just love men, melanin, black, dark, whatever. But I do understand the frustration you get, like Mario, what he just posted, like you get tired of hearing it where you like, you know what? and you group a lot of people into a thing. Not right, but it happens. It's not fair, but it happens. We all have to, as a culture, stop denouncing one another because we share our preferences. You know, I crack jokes. I think about Rob. I crack jokes when he says, oh, this person, he'll reference a black guy. Oh, this person's attractive. And I'll say, you don't like black men. I do it all the time. Yeah. Now, this is my friend who just laughs me off at every chance he gets because he knows most of the things that come out of my mouth are just ridiculous nonsense, right? But this is our relationship. But if people all the time said to him, you only like white boys, you only like white, you get to a point where you're tired of defending, you're tired of explaining, you're tired of showing, and now you're over showing, and now you're living for other people. Chris don't need to live for nobody. He don't. If he has a Latin baby, a black baby, an Asian black baby, a white baby, whatever he wants, that's his choice. Everybody gets to choose whatever they want. Here's where it would become problematic for me. If they both said, I only like light-skinned women. I've never even said I only like light-skinned guys, but I'm a colorist. And this has chased me everywhere I go. Hey, the colors. Do you agree, disagree? What do you think?
I agree. And I think part of the problem is people do often conflate like preference and being biased. So, but I don't think these are two people who are colorist. I think they just happen to end up in relationships or dating women who, like you said, are just a specific type. But like Chris has dated black women, Asian women. Like this conversation is ridiculous to me. Though I have met people in the past who are like, I would never date a black person, or I would never date a white person, or I would never date this based on appearance. And to me, that leans into a different kind of bias that's not built in a preference. That's like you can find a beautiful black person, you can find a beautiful white person, you can find a beautiful Asian person, you can find a beautiful Hispanic person. But when you put limitations on it, that's up to you. But to me, that quite often isn't preference, it's something else. Mm-hmm. But I don't think these men fall into that category. But when you continue to press people in that way, it does become frustrating that they have to prove something about themselves that's very personal. Like I can guarantee they've seen beautiful brown-skinned women that they were attracted to, beautiful dark-skinned women they were attracted to, but they may have been in a relationship already, or it may not be the circumstance for them, so they don't have to prove themselves.
This man was a whore. You think this Virginia-based whore in recovery hasn't slid up in, through, and with dark women? I mean, come on now. I mean, I think it's one of these things where, to your point, like, people are just tired of having to defend themselves. I don't do it anymore. You can think whatever you want. And you know what's so funny? I was literally with my friend the other day who is extremely attractive, who's almost as black as this. And we were kind of talking about, you know, dating and and I said, they would never see you coming. You know, like they would never see you coming because they would believe if they saw him next to me, he don't want him.
And that's messed up that you even have to think about that.
It is, but this is where, like, I look at it, I joke, I laugh it off because I always tell the guys that I'm involved with who happen to be dark skinned, like, they ain't never gonna believe it, you know? But it's sad, but that you have to do that. But like, what do you do? Like, I'm not gonna let these people decide who I date right now. And anybody out there who's a dark skinned woman or a dark skinned man who have felt hurt by the rumor mill that I'm colorist. You're hearing it from the dog's. Is it the dog's mouth? Whose mouth do you hear?
Horse's mouth.
Horse's mouth.
Is it the horse? I don't want to be a horse today. You hearing it straight from my mouth that it is not true, and I'm sorry that that's hurt you.
That's how I feel like too, because obviously Max is black, and so everyone's like, "Oh, well, you only date black guys." And I always find myself being like, I dated Croatian guys from my own community. I dated an Indian Hindu boy once. Like I dated a Filipino. And then I'm like, stop myself. Like, why am I even having to explain? It's just messed up.
Because for people to even say that to you and make you go through the cultural
roster in the
cultural
past.
roster,
What the
first
heck?
of all, it's disrespectful to your current boyfriend. It's disrespectful to you because when you know you as a person, everybody knows you're not a racist person. So why would you have only this race or only this race, or I'm going to turn down this race because it's not this race? It really is a reflection of how you think. If you think about it, because some of you think that way. You know, there are some cultures that I don't date, and you know, I ain't gonna go through them. But
maybe that's where your soulmate. You're posting. We're talking about your soulmate. Maybe your soulmate's from another culture.
I can tell you, I'm not getting into the cultures, but there are some cultures where no, it's just because like. No, it's just I don't have anything to give you, and you have nothing to give me. And I did post. She's talking about this post I put on my social media the other day, where I said your type is somebody that you're not attracted to. I'm sorry, then I'll be single. I'm not dating something that I'm not attracted to because I got to roll over and look at you.
Agreed.
And you got to be breathing there. And I'm gonna tell you right now. Somebody posted this on Facebook yesterday. They said, "Oh my God. I miss seeing you because you always smell good." I don't have cologne on today, but everybody knows me. I always do have a scent on. I do have lotion on, or I do smell fresh because I take hygiene very well. I don't care what you look like, light skin, dark skin, this, that, whatever culture. If you stink, I can't date anybody that stinks. There was that one boy, the one we talked about him, I think, on the podcast before from London. You stink, and you were dark skin, and he was dark skinned, right? Dark.
Must has no race.
Huh?
I ran into him somewhere recently.
Did he stink?
No.
Oh.
But I was like, oh.
You were
I saw him once at the Abbey with somebody. He was on a date, and I was like, I know what that car smelled like. Anyway, I don't care if you're light or dark skin, just don't smell. Okay, that's it. Bye. Is this show messy?
It's fun.
No? You're messy, though. So.
Right.
Her Instagram is messy. All right, we're talking about Kaylin off camera. All right. Wait. Cardi B is in the news.
Press.
Name 5 BIA songs, gun to your head.
Pow.
You're dead. Okay, I have been quiet this whole rollout, and I'm going to tell you why. It is not because I've been a bad friend, because I've talked to Cardi almost every day. I went to her video shoot. I went to studio sessions. I've been quiet because every time she does something, the haters be hating. Because y'all literally jealous. Because your besties are 30 with acne. Because your besties are old women with no albums. Because you've been walking around as pedo sympathizers. Because half of you that were her friend and her fan slept with her man. And because I wanted my friend to have a beautiful rollout without all of you saying he don't like women. No, I don't like you. And now I have a job to do, and I'm going to do my job, and I'm sorry, not sorry if it hurts anybody's feelings. But first of all, Cardi B, I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of the amazing work that you have done. I went to studio sessions, and I heard songs with you and other people that aren't even on this album that I'm mad at you, like, where the fuck is the song? But I understand it now, because Am I the Drama? That song didn't fit the theme. This song, yes, Cardi B, you are the fucking drama. I'm so proud of you. Because this is what I love about this album. Am I the Drama? You all have used Cardi B as a marketing tool for all of your non-hitting music for so long that she dropped an album and now is using all of you for her own marketing, and you're all biting into it, including this beautiful rapper who seems very angry right now. I don't know if it's the dildo up your man's ass line or sharing the bags. Get your Birkin back. This has been craziness. Now what? I told y'all that I was going to talk about this topic today, and I'm going to do it as Jason Lee. I'm not doing this as the Vice Mayor, okay? Cardi B has officially dropped her sophomore album, Am I the Drama, on which she dissed so many rappers that I can't even count. Let me first start by saying that pretty and petty, I'm a man, and I don't walk around talking about I'm pretty. But baby, if you walk in my house, you'll think I'm a punk, because Pretty and Petty is playing at the loudest volume possible. And look, Bia, I know you and I are both August 16th babies, and we're both fellow Leos, but I'm sorry, you're going to have to hold this L, baby girl. Not because you built like your dad. When I tell you she ate you up, every morsel has been eaten from the top of the bread all the way down to the crumb. It has been, have been chewed up and spit out. And no matter what mixtape you find, even if you could get Nicki Minaj to breathe on it, it ain't gonna do nothing. It is over. Just pack it up. Go work at McDonald's with Apryl Jones or wherever she has become gainfully employed. I think she's a medical assistant at some point. Get in healthcare because you have been murdered. Okay. And what I love about this pettiness is that this is a Libra for real. This Libra in waiting. She went in the studio, changed the whole course direction of her album because this was not the music I was hearing in the studio. At some point, she probably did hundreds of songs. I think she said she did 70 songs. Well, anyway, she chose the 20 songs to both incorporate women that she supported in the past, like Megan Thee Stallion, and then bringing in women like Lotto and the others that are on the music. But baby, when I tell you Pretty and Petty as Fuck is so wild that when she performed it, pregnant by her new man, by the way, that's drama. I'll get to that in a second. She ate you up. She ate you up. Name 5 BIA songs, gun to your head, pow, I'm dead. I saw a clip from a guy online. Do we have that clip, Johnny? But there's a person online that said that they knew 5 songs. He took one of the songs that he knew, and he just made 5 different titles because that's the only one he could come up with. I mean, they are eating you alive online, so much so I haven't even heard from you. And I think about the Kendrick and Drake drama, right? That was a war on music. That's what hip hop was about. And this is why I don't even like speaking on female rap anymore, because female rap drama is social media, You go to spaces, then you go over here. There's this YouTube. Now I think JT is posting her whole life story about this song on her Snapchat, because that's where it's monetized. All of you are fighting for coins these days, and then you don't have the platform that a Cardi B has, so you clearly rent's due every first, and you may not be able to pay it unless she drops something online to react to. Well, JT is she's talking about JT on the song Magnet, and if anything, you think about a magnet, you put it somewhere and it sticks to something. Well, here comes JT stuck right to Cardi's ass because she's responding. Now, first, I'm going to go ahead and get into the photo of Cardi dissing BIA, and I want to know what you guys think about it because, baby, when I tell you I'm not invested in this, so please don't bring any of your drama to me because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to go back and forth with any of you washed up rappers who have anything to say about anything that I think about this. Cardi B is the moment. Cardi B is the thing that is giving you all a lot to think about in your dreams. You are going to bed thinking about Cardi. You're waking up thinking about Cardi. You're putting in your lace fronts. You're tacking on your weaves thinking about Cardi B because she has snatched every edge that you have just by merely waking up and being fabulous. On the song Magnet, Cardi dissed JT. First let me show you. Let's go back. First, let me show you the lyrics to Petty and Pretty and whatever. Name 5 BIA songs, gun pointed to your head. Bow, I'm dead. Oh, Jesus. That melatonin flow. Melatonin is what puts you to sleep, okay? For those of you who are Caucasian out there not understanding the culture, pointing that a bag. That melatonin flow pointing that at a bag. I'm doing you a favor, bitch. Run me my bread. Popping shit by bag, the only shit that I do. Every time that I pray, I thank God I'm not you. I'd rather die on the surgery table before I gotta walk around looking like you. You wanna beef with me? Are you sure? Do you even got a BET award? Hold on. Cardi, why you couldn't say, do you even got a Hollywood Unlocked Impact Award?
Right.
Hand me that, Rob. Hand me that up there. Okay, hand me that.
Oh my God.
Can you move a little faster? Jesus, I know you're old.
I had a back issue.
Okay, do you even got a BET award? I don't have a BET award. Now, this ain't even a real Impact Award. Bia, you ain't even got this. You could at least had a fake prototype of Impact Award. Jesus, why she eat you up like that? Put the lyrics back up. I'd rather, okay, no, wait.
The second to last
Wait,
line.
sweat me because you're a whore. Just a big lap dog. Be a Labrador. Rah. Okay, I'm not reading all that. Anyway, Cardi had a lot to say about you, Bia, and you've had 24 hours to respond, and it's almost been 24 days. You're done. Okay, well, on the song Magnet, Cardi dissed JT, really going in in during the second verse. Jesus, why did Lil Uzi Vert have to get shot up like that? Lil Uzi Vert was somewhere putting on his mascara, and y'all just wipe them tears away with this song. Look at this real quick. What she said. Now let's talk about this hating ass bitch. Who? Ungrateful ass bitch. Huh? I don't care. Met somebody. Gotta say it, a bitch. Cardi. Fake friend ass bitch. Huh? A clown ass bitch. Shh. Oh, the net. Kick your friend while she dead. Ooh, that one. That bitch. Talking about Young Miami. Shout out to her. Your loyalty depends on who you're around ass bitch. Backdoor hoe hating ass on the low ass bitch. You a shady ass bitch. You been a trash since birth. Mama didn't want you. Ouch. Brenda's baby ass. Oh, that Tupac. What is Brenda? Tail wagging ass bitch, bottom feeder ass bitch, all that dick riding still ain't got no feature. Oh, talk about Nicki. She just mad she got a nigga she be sharing bags with. My nigga cheap, but I don't stick no dildos in his ass, bitch. You look a hot mess, easily impressed ass bitch. You never gave looks. You started getting dressed ass bitch. Ricky O, the only fashion house you know ass bitch. You should have asked me. It would have took you to the show, little bitch. Cardi, why? Cardi, why? Why did you have to do all of that? What do you think? Okay, let's take a pause on this really quick. And I'm not laughing at you guys. Well, maybe a little bit. I'm laughing because the way she ate y'all up and got JT in her feelings. JT woke up this morning still talking about it. It's like Cardi B is living rent-free in your head, ass bitch, at this point, because it was so brutally done where it should be done, in the music. Let me first say thank you, Cardi, for doing it in the music, because those of us who love hip-hop and who love this kind of beef want it there. We don't need to take it to the streets. We don't need to throw bottles in the club. We don't need to go on social media, on Twitter Spaces and Snapchat so you can get a couple coins. We don't need to do all that. We need to do it where it's supposed to live, and that is on wax. Half of you can't even sell albums. Half of you can't even fill up a stadium. None of you can fill up a stadium. I haven't seen you really sell or move anything other than hanging out with the Kardashians or posting online with your favorite lip gloss. But even that, you're not selling it like Fenty. None of you will ever reach a Rihanna level because all you do is stay stuck in this. You all are influencers with rap careers at this point when it comes to Cardi B, because all you want to do is just go online and fight with her online. Fight with her where she started the fight, and that is in the music. Before I go any step further, what do you make of all this? Did Cardi go too far?
No, I love it. Look, I like you said, I'll be blasting in the gym. I hope people aren't looking at me in the gym because I'm twerking. But
I'm not certain.
We know.
But Cardi killed it. And I think like this is where it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be done in the music. So she ain't go too far. They came at her. The way BIA came at her with that song, that was a flop. But she tried. She came at Cardi.
Not only came at Cardi, she talked about her daughter.
And she missed.
And her son.
And she suggested that Cardi was sleeping around with other men. Now, I know Cardi's tea. This is Jason. This ain't an online influencer who thinks they know Cardi B. This is y'all know me. Y'all around when I talk to her. Didn't I just talk to her a minute ago?
Yeah.
This is my sister. That's what the punks would say. This is my sister. Is that what the punks say? This is my Judy. Okay. This is literally my bestie right here. In fact, where's this picture at? Was this at my dinner?
Mm-mm.
Was this at my dinner?
Mm-mm.
That's what she looked like at my dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, to say that she's sleeping around on her man, who's sleeping around on her, is crazy. A lot of you women, like, let's talk about it, Bia. Instead of you talking about how Saweetie went down and sucked off Offset, which is what you should have done, because maybe that would have gave Saweetie another 2,500 albums sold. You took a dig at Cardi B because you had to go to the big dog. Now, we all know your tax bracket ain't the same, so you should have just kept this fight where you belong, and that is with the starter kit rappers like Saweetie. Now, what?
I'm laughing because it's true.
Saweetie's had more surgery than she has had hits. Okay. This is just true. Now, let's talk about JT. JT's last music that she dropped was fire. When you left your group and you left your homegirl, and that's why she took that dig at you and said that you knock a girl when she's down. You did that. You ruined the City Girls. And by the way, you ruined the City Girls when the girl was in the city holding you down when you was locked up. Let's just start by saying that. You have really no loyalty. And I know I've asked JT many times. I've tried to build a bridge between them. You remember there was a moment where I went online and they were fighting, and I called one and I called the other, and I tried, because I do want all the girls to get along. What I realize is that the underlying hate is jealousy, because Cardi B has done nothing to any of you. She hasn't slept with any of your men. You've done that. I think 2 of you at least have done that. I think Krishan slept with, allegedly slept with Offset. That's talked about in the music a little bit. There's Saweetie allegedly slept with Offset.
Allegedly. Breaking up the Migos.
While she was dating Quavo. This is the underhanded, sinister stuff that you all have been doing. When she talked about you not getting a feature, the way that you were dick riding Nicki Minaj, you should have got a whole album from Nicki Minaj, but she's building her own kingdom, and she has the one throne that has no room for anybody. If the throne at Nicki Minaj's palace had no room for Cardi B, why did you think she was going to give it to you? All the lip gloss you got on right here, even if you attached it to Nicki's ass, you weren't going to get a song. And you have real talent, and you're gorgeous. And I've tried to, when I tell you I've invited her on my show, I've tried to, make sure that I support her, because I actively want JT to know that I believe in JT. And I still believe in JT, even though y'all got something going on, ain't got nothing to do with me. I just think right now you're showing your light-skinned feelings. And I had to be colorist for a minute. I think you're sure, because they say us light-skinned people are emotional. Nah, right now, Teflon Don is right here, and she is kicking your ass because you're waking up every day and night dreaming about Cardi B. Now, to your point, to your credit, you are in the studio, and it looks like you're cooking something up. But if you're putting that in an album, it's going to be so late, we're going to forget about it, and by then, every nail will be put in your coffin.
And also, too, let's not forget, the first and biggest mainstream song by City Girls was because Cardi was on it. It was Twerk. So I don't know what happened between that cute little song to this.
I'm going to tell you what it is.
Ooh-wee.
Nicki Minaj is going to go down in history as one of the best rappers. Now, I ain't going to say female rappers. I've said this before, but you guys never take this clip. She's going to go down in history as one of the best rappers of all time. I was looking through old Nicki clips of interviews, and just, her artistry, her fashion. She followed the Little Kim blueprint, and she ran with it, and she marketed the shit out of her own thing, and she had her own lyrics. And for this generation, or for the generation that she came in, she owned rap. Every major male rapper wanted to be next to Nicki Minaj. Okay, and then Cardi came in, and I'm thankful that we were able to get the Motorsport song, and I'm gonna tell you why. Migos was my favorite rap group, Cardi B, my girl, and one of my faves, and Nicki Minaj, one of my faves at the time, and still one of the best. All on one song was like, okay, this is great for hip hop. Then egos got in the way and all the mess. And, you remember what Nicki did to Cardi during her first album rollout. Another reason why I've been really quiet is I just want my friend to enjoy something. Every time she's had a pregnancy, here y'all come hating. Every time she's dropped an album or a song, here y'all come hating. This album, I've been watching like a proud parent, watching its kid go to school, watching it and just enjoying seeing this beautiful rollout without all the drama. And of course, now the album out and the songs are out and it's hitting and everybody's getting into the words, and now the drama is coming true. And you all are showing that she is the drama, but she's also the moment. Doesn't she have the right to say what she's went through on wax?
For sure. That's what it's about. And that's why I like, even in the BIA song, she was like, I told you I was going to respond to you, but on my time. Like, it's such a great, even the first song in Dead, how they kept playing the news reporter, like fake the reports of like Cardi B like murdered all the female rappers. And then the last song of the whole album's Killing You Hoes. Like, people don't make albums like that with like one solid message. And I feel like Cardi is so sweet and she don't bother nobody. So yeah, I'm here for it.
First of all, let me give Summer Walker. Summer sang the hell out. She's on 2 of the tracks. And the song Dead, where she talked about how she came in with these girls trying to take her, like shred her to pieces when she came in with peace. Cardi B will go down in history. Not fuck all the accolades, the Grammy, yeah, all that's great too. And we do have a plaque hanging on the wall for WAP, by the way. She's going to go down as somebody who opened up the door for so many women. A lot of the women we're talking about, JT, and I'm sorry to say this, and this is not personal, including you, there would be no City Girl without a Cardi B. And it doesn't mean that you weren't inspired by Nicki Minaj, just like Nicki was inspired by Lauryn Hill and Little Kim and all of that. Everybody who comes in on the shoulders of somebody else. We just have a hard time giving people their flowers. You have to give Cardi B her flowers because the reality is that had she not breaking that glass ceiling for the industry saying that there was only room for one woman, you would not be here. They created you to compete with her, even though you have to compete where you compare. And right now to Cardi B, you don't. You just don't have you have the brevity to be a long-term artist. You have the roadmap and you have the time to be a huge artist. You have the skill, you're gorgeous. You got your little love thing going on with your man, even though you guys are sharing bags, but that's Uzi's little own personal zhuzh. And I love his independence. So I'm not, Cardi, that probably was a little much. And saying that putting dildos up his ass, I mean, you emasculated Lil Uzi for the world to see. And I don't know that that's fair because we don't know that is she putting dildos up his ass? Is that a thing? Have we heard that? Mm-mm. So Cardi, that was just a harsh ass line. Shame on you for that. But anyway, we ate it up. The diss was so insane that rapper turned podcast host Joe Budden doubted Cardi's spin and suggested that she had a great ghostwriter. His co-host claimed it was Partisan Fontaine. Listen.
That's hard. That's hard. But I don't like that. I still feel like Carisha started with JT. Carisha got with fucking her rich nigga and started acting different to JT. I ain't gonna let you just rewrite history, but this is hard. It don't even matter what the truth is. Yeah. Right. That line is gonna go. This almost feel like JT came up here and talked about whatever that is that we trying to figure out is real or not. I think she did that right up here.
Damn.
I think there may be something to that. No. I don't want to be a messy bitch, so I ain't getting into it. But the line itself, hard. Whoever is writing these lines,
Party wrote a lot of it. I'm not sure about. Let me get the credits is right here. I'm gonna look that hard.
He is smoking this shit.
He's on here. Yeah, Torre I think wrote some as well. Shout out to Torre.
Your mother didn't want you. Brenda got a baby ass bitch. See, you can't play with these Bronx bitches, yo.
Yeah. At all. Or Party.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Cardi has been home for years coming up with rebuttals for you bitches that say your nigga been cheating on you. Your nigga been cheating. Your nigga be in my DMs. Your nigga called me. Your nigga was on me. Cardi has been home just coming up with fly shit to say back to the bitches that say that. My nigga cheat. But I don't put no dildo in his ass, bitch. I want to commend whoever came up with where to drop the beat on this album.
Yeah.
Y'all dropped it in all the right spots. She bugging.
Said that bitch.
You just started getting dressed, bitch. Cardi is different. She back to putting music out. And her writers, what they come up with,
Cardi's also different.
The beats that they find, how she gonna deliver it.
Well, obviously, Joe Budden is about knocking women down, whether it's down the stairs or in their own music. I mean, he has an opinion about Cardi and doesn't believe that she can do it on her own. I mean, she's been open about working with other writers, as we know all rappers do. We don't know what you've done, Joan, because we haven't heard a song of yours hit the charts in decades. But nonetheless, again, Am I the Drama? This is great for her album because we're all talking about it. So thank you, Joe, for being a part of the marketing team. Now, before we share Cardi's receipts, let's see how she clapped back at Joe, claiming that she didn't write her stuff. Look, whoever wrote it, nah, that's Cardi. This is my process. I'm a natural roaster, and you already know I'm quick with the mouth. So I'll be coming up with lines. I'll record myself, then lay it later. Don't give me backhanded tens because I always be able to prove my shit. In fact, she posted a video. Take a look.
Bitch, bring the baby ass bitch, run away, dirty foot ass bitch. Backdooring ass bitch, hit on your friend ass bitch. See her going through it. You see her going through it in life and put her on blast on social media ass bitch. You a hating ass bitch, ungrateful ass bitch.
There's a whole lot of bitches in that. Well, JT broke her silence on Cardi's diss, reacting to a post alleging that her man, Stefan Diggs, drugged and assaulted sports and entertainment marketing manager Chris Blake Griffith. This is what she had to say. This is fucking nuts and sad. Gay men should be protected. I feel like this isn't being taken seriously enough. And this was her referring to Stefan Diggs, calling him gay because Chris has alleged that Stefan allegedly sexually assaulted him, and Stefan's brother, I can't remember his name, but he robbed Chris. It was a whole thing, and it's online, and you could go find it because he just recently did an interview. Well, JT then mentioned Cardi accusing her of dating a gay man. Take a look. Cardi B baby father a gay man, not because of how he dressed or expressed himself, but because Chris said out his own mouth. Justice for Chris, I stand with the gays. Stefan hasn't said he's gay. I don't know that Stefan's gay. I've met Stefan a few times. He hasn't hit on me, unfortunately. And this is Cardi's baby dad. What do you think of that? I mean, it's kind of weak.
This is, yeah, and I don't like that she's using gay people as like the bait to start a conversation or to start a fight with Cardi. And this is clearly coming off of the dildo comment about her man. But
well, I saw something online where people said these two women rappers arguing about who man is more gay. It's too much. It's too much. Leave our community out of it. We ain't got, listen, Cardi said y'all exchanging bags. I mean, Cardi started it though. Cardi started it. Cardi, you started it. It's fair game. But Stefan is somewhere like, how did me and my asshole and dildos get in the conversation? JT then replied to a fan mentioning her man Lil Uzi Vert and his unique style. Look, yeah, my man does this. Mind his business, works hard, take care of his family, inspired his generation, and doesn't snatch ass. His style is what made him Little Uzi. We are talking about Chris right now. Focus. Well, Cardi clapped back, claiming Chris was lying on Stefan to cover his own ass. Listen.
Listen to me. Shut up. So if he didn't give you the bread that you were asking for, you were going to take a bag of his shit to sell?
No.
Chris, shut the fuck up and call it Uber and leave.
Bro. I am, but can you just let me get my statement out, bro? Can you let me get my statement? Where's the ownership? Bro, can you please not be physical with me, bro?
Chris, quit the victim shit. Quit the victim shit, Chris. Nobody wants to hear that shit. Yes, you are.
I just asked him, bro.
With my kid, bro. You didn't ask him, hey, can I take a bag full of your shit?
No, I didn't.
You also didn't tell him. You also did not tell him, hey, I have a bag full of your shit, but instead, could you give me some bread?
Bro, I just talked to him as man to man, bro. I had no intention of letting down on my brother, bro.
Bro, clearly you did. Shut the fuck up. I didn't
take it.
I don't know where Cardi got that audio. Clearly, Cardi is Inspector Barty. Cardi then shared another post with receipts alleging Lil Uzi makes JT get abortions. Look, I want justice for them babies your man make you abort every time. Ask what he told me about how he felt when he wanted to see Britt in that courtroom and she didn't show up, or do I need to play the audio? And don't let me say what he was saying about Rock Nation. Just ungrateful.
I do not know how she has those receipts, because in that chat, in that text, the blue one is JT. It's like JT's screenshot. I don't know how Cardi has that.
I'm gonna tell you how. I don't know how she got him, and I haven't talked to Cardi. But first, let me just. I have to close your mouth. Let me first go back to the comment. I don't think we should be talking about abortions and that all across the board. I think that the abortion thing is not good. It's not cool, and I would say that, you know, Cardi, I love you to death, but I mean, she did say in her conversation with Gayle King, Michelle Obama goes high when they go low, and she goes to hell. If you missed that, let me play this. Take a look.
Michelle Obama always says, when they go low, we go high. Is that your philosophy?
No. When they go low, I take it to hell where the lava is at.
She went to hell with that one. She went straight to the hell of abortions, and she threw that out there. And I don't think that that's right. But again, she's the drama. Cardi then said, oh, to your point, to your question, how did she come up with this? All y'all share the same, y'all got the same driver, same body. I'm not saying same bodyguards. I don't want to start putting out there who did what, because I don't know who. I'm just going to say this industry's so small. We all are connected some way. Somebody literally just sent me a video of somewhere where my makeup artist was at with her wife. Everybody knows everybody, and everybody knows who's connected to who. So you never know who gets to receive, who gets what. But this is why I don't trust nobody. This is why I stay in my own little thing. Cardi then said she had receipts for days, including alleged ashy nudes. Look.
Crayola where? Drop it where? Get the bitch clapping where, bitch? Bless. Bless by Jesus. Bless by Otosi, bitch.
JT then claimed that Cardi was a fraud and couldn't rap. Look, no, I don't give a fuck if that bitch sell 1 million units. She gonna always be a fraud, non-rapping hoe bitch. Couldn't even find a word to rhyme with fake. We saw it with our own eyes. Wait, put that back up. What's she saying? She said, no, I don't give a fuck if that bitch sell 1 million units. She gonna always be a fraud, non-rapping hoe bitch. Well, JT, didn't she call you all types of bitches? Not you stealing her flow. Anyway, a social media user checked JT for previously having this same fraud who couldn't rap on her song. And another claimed JT's career was over. Look, she said, the fans said, get back to scamming. Your career is a flop. And when she's a non-rapping hoe, when you used to be up smiling in her face and happy to have her on your song, though. JT left X for Snapchat, where she's monetized, and continued coming for Cardi over the abortion claims. Look.
Okay, y'all. I'm busy, but I gotta say one thing. This rat ass bitch, right? This bitch supposed to be a motherfucking brim, and she threatening to snitch on some motherfucking body because she don't have anything to say about a bitch. That hoe is a loser. Wait, no, I got two things to say. So then she said, I'm going to tell everybody nation what you said, what he said. No, not just that. The bitch trying to spread fake tea about abortions when she stood her illiterate ass in front of millions of people and said she stands for pro-choice. Drops bomb. I can't take the dumb bitch serious. I can't take the... And bitch, show me typing those motherfucking messages, or I'm calling the police on your ass for defamation of character, bitch, because I'm sick of it, ho. And I will be back. And I'm never getting off your ass. Okay, I got your news in they motherfucking phone. I bet it ain't no glass object up my pussy. I bet it ain't a room full of niggas and bitches. Scripper. Get your crazy ass on, fucking stripper. Talk about somebody fucking news. Woo!
JT is gorgeous though. It's giving mad.
And I know she was probably so hurt when Saucy Santana was rapping this track to JT.
Because Saucy Santana's best friends with Young Miami. Young Miami was also on live where somebody asked her what she thought about it. She had to get out. She like blinked her eyes like bewitched and wished she was out of there.
It's too much.
Who won the fight? Cardi or JT?
Cardi. And I don't think Cardi's not pro-choice because she brought that up. She bringing it up to say he wanted to have your baby. It wasn't about you not being able to have an abortion. And so what? We all know stripper. Who cares? JT's having her moment right now in Cardi's shadow of her big moment.
Listen, those of you who are saying Cardi B can't rap, the numbers are saying otherwise. Those of you who are saying Cardi B isn't that girl, her career, her Instagram alone shows you that's not true. The fact that you all are bringing up her baby daddy, at least she has a man in her life right now that wants to give her a baby. I don't think that anything that you're doing right now is going to have a long-lasting effect on her career. You're not stopping her bag. You're not outshining her in any way. And none of you have had a rollout like this. None of you. And I don't even want to start any rap beef by bringing up any other women's names, but I will just say as it relates to this album, she's given us everything we need in this album. I know Saweetie is somewhere saying, please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. I know that Krishan is somewhere saying, please don't say my name. Praise the Lord. Please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Offset had an amazing album rollout. His album is great. He isn't attacking his baby moms online. He's, doing his thing because it's rap, right? And so shout out to him and go stream his album too. But JT, you actually can rap. You actually have talent. I expect more from you. I know you're hurt right now because that stung with the imagination of you sticking a dildo up your man's ass and fighting him over the Birkin. I know those lines are eating at your soul. And the fact that you don't have Young Miami to run to because when her man went to jail, you were gone. You didn't step out in support of her, at least that I saw. The fact that Santana is over there kikiing with them long ass nails in that beard and that punk is letting you know that a punk will have his girls back. Shout out to Saucy Santana. You are a key. all of you, I'm glad that I'm not in none of this. This is all mess. Shout out to Lotto, who's on the album. Even though you're dating 21 Savage now and the whole world knows and you're mad at me because I said it first, so what? I still love you too, so bring your little pretty ass over here. Or I drag you too. I'm going to start a rap beef with all of you. Matter of fact, let me go in the booth.
Get in the booth.
I'm going to go in the booth and I'm going to drop a song coming after all of them.
And your Rob can be on a song too.
Weren't you and Tiff supposed to make a song together?
We did.
Do another one.
You never heard my song with
No.
Tiff?
That's right, y'all did.
You're rapping?
Yeah.
Bye, Cardi. All right, that's it. Go to Thoughts and Prayers. Don't you just love it when your ops lose? Well, Trump does. At Charlie Kirk's memorial, the leader of the free world admitted that he hates his ops and doesn't want the best for them. He hates his haters so much that he tried to fire them and take them off the air. Instead, Trump gave Kimmel more views. How ironic. If anything, let this show that not only our dollars matter, but our voices do too. Trump tried to take away freedom of speech while he's out here wishing evil on his ops and spewing misinformation about how everything, now including over-the-counter medicine and medical diagnosis. Why is no one in the Oval Office fact-checking him? Well, we're going to do like Lil Meech and call Cap. Except in Meech's case, he was really out here messing with Celina. How you get exposed twice by the same person? And speaking of exposing, Cardi and JT aired each other out, but we just want peace. It seemed like all the rap girls were finally getting along. But if you ask Cardi, she had to get some things off her chest that were left unaddressed. Sometimes you gotta check a chick. Just ask Moniece. Apryl mentioned her name while talking about her and Omarion and Fizz's love triangle, and Moniece wasn't having it. She aired everybody out. And while these B2K singers are trending again, so are Chris Brown and Mario as they face their own drama and colorism claims. What happened to dating preferences? It's 2025. Let's all just agree to let people love who they want to love. Or in Trump's case, hate who they want to hate. Lord help that man. We have 3 more years left. That's it for today. We don't even have 3 seconds left. We're out of here. Have a good one. Go with God. Cardi, stay on the ass. Peace.
The Jason Lee Podcast.